This may be one of the most emotionally charged roller coaster ride of emotion of a Raw review that I have, quite frankly, ever done. I gave you the first hour of the Raw review. I was going to come here for the second hour and the third hour, but I got just caught up in everything, and I apologize. I will continue with the trend next week. But I got caught up. I absolutely got caught up in everything, the moments of Daniel Bryan that was shown throughout the night, highlighting Daniel Bryan's, his greatest accolades and championship outings and reaching the highest echelon. And I got caught up in all of that. So I said, you know what? I'll just watch the rest of Raw and I'll do the Raw review at the end. But next week I'll do the hourly videos where I give you separate videos of each hour of the Raw review. That's how we'll conduct business here on Sean View Entertainment. And I'll tell you what, Daniel Bryan that was tough. That was tough. I've seen Edge retire. I've seen Shawn Michaels come out and say he retires, but this was different. This was on a whole different level, just because of who Daniel Bryan was and what Daniel Bryan stood for. And again, I'm not the biggest Daniel Bryan fan. I wasn't his number one fan. I didn't buy all his merchandise. I didn't follow him on every journey and every. Well, I mean, I followed him, by watching him on television, but I didn't go to every event and every autograph signing and all this other stuff. Hell, I didn't even meet Daniel Bryan. I haven't even met Daniel Bryan, and now I feel horrible about that because I had the opportunity, but I didn't that day. This was back in 2010 when he first burst on WWE. I know he's been wrestling for a lot longer than that, but what a speech! Grateful, respectful. I think it was heartfelt. Daniel Bryan was saying everything from the heart. There was no script. There wasn't nothing to go by. There wasn't nothing to remember. This was all from the heart of Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan has fought his entire career with his heart. I'm gonna be a crybaby. And if I start crying and the tears start coming down my face, I really don't give a damn. Because you know what? Real men cry. Because I have a heart. I understand that I say on YouTube you can't wear your heart on your sleeve, but this is a moment. This is a moment in time. I didn't expect to hear a Daniel Bryan retirement speech. I didn't expect to see on social media that Daniel Bryan was going to retire. Without a doubt, this Raw, in my opinion, was better than decent. And, to sum up this entire Raw, the first hour was good, the second hour was all right, and the third hour with the Dudley Boys turning heel, and you had the whole Miz TV segment turning into the highlight reel. You had Dean Ambrose getting the best of Brock Lesnar after Lesnar F5 Dean Ambrose earlier on in the night. And then, like I said, the Dudley Boys turned on the Usos, driving the Usos through a table. We seen Mark Henry join the New Day for a cup of coffee. We seen Charlotte go against Alicia Fox. We saw Sasha Banks at ringside get attacked by Team Bad. We seen Becky Lynch get defeated by Tamina. So those are the quick, fast results for you. Wow, it was tough tonight. That was a tough Raw to sit through the ending, because I was hoping, I was praying that maybe something was going to manifest, maybe something was going to happen, maybe I really don't. I've never really cried on video, and this is. I said I don't care, but I gotta hold myself together. I have 83,000 subscribers, by the way. Thank you for that. There will be another video separate to that, because that's a whole nother issue. But right now, the story is Daniel Bryan. The guy went by his rules, his regulations, and he revealed that his brain isn't as good as he thought it was. He revealed that, he won't be cleared to wrestle. And, he would be risking his life. He would be putting his health on the line if he were to continue wrestling. So it's not like just Daniel Bryan's just done with WWE. Daniel Bryan is done with pro wrestling altogether. And, wow, this is probably one of the toughest videos I've besides talking about the fact that my mom came down with breast cancer a couple of years ago. This is probably the second toughest video I've ever had to do, and then we're talking about other retirements like Edge and Shawn Michaels, and wow. I mean, to look at the work that Daniel Bryan has done, to look at his accomplishments, to look at his accolades, to see where he came from, and to see where he is now. Like Daniel Bryan said, that none of this was supposed to happen. But it was all about chances. It was all about opportunities. The WWE had no other choice. They were backed into the corner. The fans, yes, Daniel Bryan right into the main event, and I'm glad that they did. Because looking back at it now, if that hadn't happened, I'd feel even more terrible that the WWE didn't put Daniel Bryan in and that the fans didn't force the issue. Daniel Bryan is a competitor's competitor. He has the heart of a champion. And Daniel Bryan will always be in our hearts and our minds, and we will always reminisce on all the good times. We'll always reminisce on all the times that Daniel Bryan fought the good fight, and the tenacity and the ferociousness and the athletic skills, and the fact that he's got Brie Bella by his side through this entire journey. Daniel Bryan's had it rough the last year. He lost his father. Connor died. It's just been a world of just an opportunity of I can't. Like I said, the emotion and the roller coaster ride that Daniel Bryan has been on has been absolutely out of control. And tonight, the fans gave Daniel Bryan all he could handle and more. The fans really gave into Daniel Bryan tonight, and they let Daniel Bryan have it. They let Daniel Bryan feel it. If you didn't have goosebumps, if you didn't get this feeling during that final segment, I don't care if you're a Daniel Bryan fan or not. If you didn't feel something in that segment, in the final closer to Monday Night Raw, if you didn't feel something, I don't know if you have a heartbeat. I don't know if you have a pulse. I don't know if you're human. Because I felt it. I enjoyed it. I loved it. I took it in because this was the last time we're going to see Daniel Bryan. This is the last time we're going to see Daniel Bryan ever in a WWE ring. Besides if he, makes appearances and whatnot. But we'll never see him wrestle again. But at the end of the day, you have to look at the man's work. You have to look at his heart. You have to look at his skill. You have to look at his stamina. You have to look at all the roadblocks he has beat. And Daniel Bryan's playing it smart because he doesn't want to wind up in a wheelchair. He doesn't want to wind up dead. He doesn't want to wind up like a Christopher Nowinski or a Chris Benoit. He doesn't want to end up like that. He doesn't want to go down that way. He doesn't, and he shouldn't, and he doesn't have to. Daniel Bryan is making the right decision. This is the right choice. The yes man is on top of his game, and he will venture on until the next day, the next outing, the next phase, the next era of Daniel Bryan. We will never forget what Daniel Bryan has done and what he has made us feel. And I'll tell you, I'll never forget Providence, Rhode Island. It was Daniel Bryan, the Usos, and it was the Wyatts inside a steel cage. And I think that was the night that Daniel Bryan actually had a concussion. He was on top of the steel cage, and Daniel Bryan said he doesn't even remember much of it. It was in the Dunkin' Donuts Center, Providence, Rhode Island. Daniel Bryan atop the cage, and the roof in Providence, Rhode Island, the Dunkin' Donuts Center, literally blew off. I couldn't even hear myself think. And the fans, it was thunderous. It was boisterous. It was loud. Yes, 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 yes. That is a moment I will never forget. And that's one of the things I'll always remember about Daniel Bryan is that night in Providence, Rhode Island. It was about a year or so ago. What a night it was for Daniel Bryan. But Daniel Bryan had many nights like that. And those are the nights that we'll always remember. Those are the nights that we'll recall. I'm just glad that it ended like this and not in another way where we're talking about a tragedy. So, Raw was good tonight. I think Raw was good out of 10 stars. I give it 7.5 out of 10 stars. Highlights obviously was Brock Lesnar and Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose finally getting one over Brock Lesnar with a low blow off the distraction of Roman Reigns. Raw was good tonight. Raw was good, and obviously the highlight, Daniel Bryan. So, that's your Raw review. We're going to go back to the norm next week. Where I don't get so caught up into things. I apologize. I will do the hourly Raw reviews with separate videos next week. We'll start that. I promise. Daniel Bryan. There will never be another Daniel Bryan. Thank you, Daniel Bryan. This has been your Raw review. Make sure to share my videos on Facebook, Twitter, and social media. Spread it like wildfire. That's the best you can do for me, subscribers. That's all I ask, is spread my videos all over Facebook and Twitter. And for Daniel Bryan, we already know he's trending. Subscribe.